I'm Bree, and this is the Mercury Podcast. I believe that words are powerful and that they deeply affect the ways in which we process life. Words can change how we think and feel forever. Thank you for entering this space with me, where I use my words to reassemble perspectives, heal, inspire, and bring joy. Welcome back to another episode of the Mercury Podcast. I'm Bree, and I'm really excited to dive into today's topic. The inspiration for it, much like many of my previous episodes, are from things that I'm currently working through, and this one was really recent. This past week, I struggled with energy. Protecting my energy, boosting my energy, getting rid of old energy from past experiences, new energy for things that I want to spring forth, creating energy, navigating how not to let the energy of others disrupt your own, and just taking a closer look at what it really is, and realizing how there are so many things that are jam-packed with energy. From people to places to things, they all have a vibration and a frequency that can affect how we feel, how we think, and what we do. What we allow into our spaces, whether physical or mental, shapes how we move through the world on a day-to-day basis. Energy, by definition, is the ability and strength to do active physical things and the feeling that you are full of physical power and life. We're going to do something a little different and travel back in time to physics class, with this week's bubblegum focused around the conservation of energy, and more specifically, the first law of thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is a branch of physics which deals with the energy and work of a system. According to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, also known as NASA, the conservation of energy is a fundamental concept of physics, which states that the amount of energy remains constant, and energy is neither created nor destroyed. Energy can only be converted from one form to another through potential energy, which is stored energy, and then later it can be converted to kinetic energy, which is energy in motion. All living things are an open system, meaning that we exchange both matter and energy within our environments. For example, we take in chemical energy in the form of food and do work on our surroundings in the form of moving, talking, walking, and breathing. To break it down even a bit further, take a moment right now to observe the space that you're in. If you're at home, you can notice how when you're in the kitchen, there's a bit more movement. You're washing dishes, eating, cooking, cleaning, versus the energy that you have in your living room if you're lounging on the couch, or the energy you feel when you come home after a long day and you go into your bedroom. All these things affect your energy, which is why interior designers have mastered this principle in regards to the placing of objects, materials, and colors to conserve a desired energy in a space. Well, the same thing applies for people. The only catch here is that you can't see energy. You don't know when it's coming, from where, or who it will come through. It's only something that you can feel. And because we are open systems, we do not control the energy that may enter our systems on a day-to-day basis. And with that said, that brings me to today's group of words, which are wear energy like a raincoat. Here's an example. I was with a friend. It was a lovely day. I was singing, having a great time. We were laughing. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, things became very, very uneasy. The energy shifted. This interaction is probably the worst For people, myself included, who are very sensory by nature, persons who are extremely aware of the feelings of another person. So I couldn't shake the feeling. Even though my energy was fine, I was joyful and peaceful, I still felt the uneasiness of my friend because it was transferred to me. It was only us in that space, so I felt that. And after asking numerous times if everything was okay, my friend was reluctant to tell me, and so I had to sit in that energy. I tried to hum, to ignore it, anything I could do to get rid of that energy, but it would not go away. It took me a few hours, really, about 3 to 4 hours after we had parted ways, to actually start to get back to the energy I once had before this moment. So what did I do? I shifted my focus from trying to destroy the energy, but rather to transfer the negative energy that I had taken in as a bystander and start to do the work. I took the stored energy and I had put it into motion. I began cooking a meal for myself. I turned on music that I knew would boost my spirits through a melody and singing lyrics. I began calling close friends and family who I knew would contribute to equilibrating my energy meter. What I didn't do was beat myself up for feeling bad that my energy had shifted. Oftentimes, our energies are being interrupted by external forces that we can't control. But what I did start to do was that I took that stored up energy in my body and I transferred it into something else. There are hundreds of examples where this has been experienced, where we've been slapped in the face with someone else's energy that we didn't ask for, to throw off our own, walking into a room, being at a dinner table and sitting next to someone, or the energy of the cashier at the supermarket. Very off-putting moments that affect your energy tremendously. So if you're working in a large office, that's countless energies bouncing off of the walls. Maybe you might catch one. Even when you're at home, living with friends or family, no matter where you are, this can happen to you. And it is important for you to know what to do to protect and conserve your energy. We mentioned earlier that energy cannot be created or destroyed. So if there are people out there trying to create negative energy and destroy your energy, always remember that you have a fixed and unique energy force inside of you. They may try to drain it, manipulate it, or destroy it, but they can't. It is yours. And although you can't always control the energies that you pick up, you do control where it goes and what you make of it. So the golden question is, how do we do it? How do we conserve and protect our energy when every day it feels like a fight to not take things in? How on earth do we wear energy like a raincoat? Here's how. If you look up raincoats, it says that raincoats are made from water-resistant fabric. They have the ability to resist the penetration of water to some degree, but not entirely. And that's the same with your energy. When we go outside there in the world, we can only resist to some degree all the noise that we hear and all the negativity that we see. But raincoats do provide some layer of protection to help us from getting wet, right? I want you to keep this image in your head, because every time you leave the front door or are exposed to things outside of yourself, it's time to put on your raincoat. Put on that song, recite those affirmations, call those friends, make time for family, and do things daily that will preserve your energy, so that when a situation happens outside of you, outside of your control, you can remember that you do have a sense of control in how your energy is going to be spent and how long you will allow that negative energy to transfer and penetrate yours without taking some form of action to put that into something else. Here are 3 things I want you to keep in mind this week. Number 1, do not ruminate on the energy that you received from that person or that memory or that thing, wishing that it was not there. It's natural that you picked something up. We, again, are open systems, and just as easily as you could pick it up, you can transfer it into something else to cleanse yours. This may take months, weeks, years, but know that it is not there to stay. And with the work you put in, you can be set free from it. Number 2, sometimes restating the series of events can be like recycling negative energy over and over again. Make sure that if you are discussing a situation, it is to help you better understand where you want to transfer this energy, allowing you to put it somewhere else. I guess you can picture this as cleansing your energy instead of recycling it, only to find it showing up again and you feeling the same way. Number 3, it's okay to feel low energy. You won't always be at your optimum, but give yourself the kindness and the gentleness to recharge and refuel during these times. Do not force yourself out of the feeling. Use it as a time to recognize the why, so that if your energy is under attack again, you'll know exactly what to do to help you to be better prepared to navigate it. Number 4, stay close to people, places, and things that don't make your energy feel low. One may ask, well, how do I recognize this? Through things such as sudden exhaustion, mood change, drainage, and aggravation when in contact with someone else. Make a list of those people, places, or things that trigger these feelings so that you can be on alert for them and start cutting certain things out of your life in order to protect your energy. Who, what, and where keeps you most charged up? My stars, I want you to remember that energy is powerful. You are a moving force with the ability to make others feel just by being a presence. Just by being a presence, you can shift the world. So don't be discouraged by those who try to destroy yours, because they can't. Your energy is here to stay. It's unmatched. It can't be duplicated. And to be put in motion to move the world forward. Always remember that. Until next time, thank you for visiting my planet. I love you. I appreciate you. And I am so proud of you. Take care. Thank you so much for listening. And if you'd like to follow me on my own personal journey, let's take this party to Instagram at The Life of Bree, and that's BRE with 5 E's.